Hello and welcome to the first weekly reading vlog. It's currently Sunday, which means it's also like almost 1 in the morning. So I should be in bed. However, I have the urge to paint my nails. So I think I'm gonna do that. Maybe do a little reset too, because it's been a very stressful week. And I think I'm going to finish my audiobook while I'm doing this, and then we will be able to start reading for my other vlog. I like how it's focusing on the bookshelves in the back and not on me. I'm either gonna do that or watch One Piece, because I'm rewatching the anime from the beginning because I'm avoiding Marineford for the life of me. And I'm like at Whiskey Peak, and that's one of my favorite moments because Zoro just looks so good. I'm world's biggest Zoro simp, honestly. Well, actually no, Sanji might be. Yeah, so I think that's the plan. I'll check back in once I've done reading or I've done something good. You can definitely hear my cat in the litter box. I finished my nails. My nail polish did decide to run out when I was 2.5 nails away from completing them. So they kind of look like shit, but it's fine. I read the next 5 chapters in The Bear and the Nightingale, so I'm like nearly done with it. I'm really enjoying this. Like, I understand why Meg from Meg with Books calls Catherine motherfucking Arden, because she is that bitch. Like, I don't think this is gonna be a 5 for me, but I tend to have a hard time with stories like this that are like set in like the deep woods in winter and it's cold. Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, I didn't do it. I could not get into that. I hated it. This one is doing a lot better for me, and right now it feels like a 4. So I think if something changes in the next little bit, it could be a 5. But for right now, it's looking like a 4, and that's still a very good rating. Like, for me, a 5, it's special. It did something to me that no other books do. So a 4 for me is like really good. A 3 is also really good. It can be like positive or negative on a 3, honestly. A 2 is I didn't fuck with this. I didn't fuck with this at all. And a 1 is burn it. Say hi. Nope. It does not like the camera. Yeah, we're soaring. Under the sun feels like morning. Scars tell all our stories. Spring's part of the glory. There's like no lighting in this apartment, so like that's great. Okay, so I just finished getting ready for work. As you can tell, there is a full beat. I'm in clothes. And I have made progress on The Bear and the Nightingale. I'm like almost done. I've got like 4 chapters left. So far my thoughts are like the same as they were last night, where I like it, but it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's a 5. It's a 4 for me, I think, at this point. But yeah, I'm like really enjoying it. It's really evocative. I just really wish I had read it maybe in like December, November, when the winter's here and like it's snowing outside. That would have been iconic behavior. Sorry if you can hear the cats. They're going a little crazy because I just got home from work, which is why the makeup looks like it does. And I just fed them, so they've got the zoomies. I'm here for an update. So first things first, I finished The Bear and the Nightingale, and a bing bang boom, there is the cover because I already returned the book. It was from work, so I might as well just give it back. Okay, so it was like I thought. It was a 4-star. I thought it was evocative and it was beautifully written, beautifully paced. I loved the characters. I loved the journey that was happening. The horse was probably my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know, something about it just, maybe it's because I was listening to it, maybe it's because it's not winter, so it just didn't hit as much as I wanted it to. But either way, it was a 4 for me. After that, because I still had a long work day, I started reading A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. I'm about a quarter of the way through. I'm really liking this. T. Kingfisher, the woman that you are. I don't think I've ever found a T. Kingfisher that I don't like. Like, most of her stuff is like between 3 and 4 for me, which, that's a solid author for me. In this one, we are following Mona as she has found a dead body in her bakery, and she's being brought up against all these people in the town, and like she's having to like figure out her magic, and because like she doesn't think it's that important, when really it's a pretty cool power, I'm not gonna lie. And beyond that, it's really her relationship with this boy named Spindle, and it's giving a sort of found family dynamic because she's 14, he's 10, and if that turns romantic, I'm gonna scream. Because it's really just giving, he lost someone very close to him, she has also lost people close to her, and they're kind of like finding each other and relying on each other and helping each other through this, because like people with magic are suddenly getting killed and neither of them really know what to do, and it seems like Mona's next, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm probably gonna read more while I make my dinner and while I do my laundry. It's reading incredibly fast, which is also very exciting for me, because I honestly just really need a like nice, fluffy, silly, goofy little cozy fantasy, because I'm going through it right now, which is why I decided to start vlogging again. Woohoo! It's been like an hour since we last spoke. The top knot is in, the makeup's gone, I've had my dinner, I've finished my laundry, I need to fold it, but that feels like a tomorrow problem. A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. I'm nearly done with this. Like, I'm on chapter 29. It's like 306 pages, and I'm on 230. Oh my god, I love it! Something about this is just, it's hitting me right where I need it to hit. Like, I'm loving the found family dynamic. I'm loving, like, just this idea of, like, we're children. We shouldn't be the ones having to deal with this. And that idea is being explored and that topic is being talked about. And this is just doing it for me. Like, I haven't given T. Kingfisher a 5 in a while. Like, I don't know if I've ever given T. Kingfisher a 5. I think maybe for What Moves the Dead, but this is, oh no, I give T. Kingfisher a lot of 5s actually. Like, the entire Saint of Steel series is a 5 for me. Like, none of those miss ever. So like, yeah, her cozy fantasy stuff is written for me, I feel like. And something about this book is just magical, and I'm loving it. Okay. I think I want to read a manga and then go to bed, because I am getting tired and it's like 2 in the morning. It's actually 2:31 and it's Monday. Look at my little boy, my little Sam. So I think I'm gonna read a manga. I'm definitely going to finish Wizard's Guide like tomorrow, probably while I'm doing my makeup for work. So I'm gonna read Inheritance by Christopher Paolini next, that is a reread for me. Obvious fuckingly, my name is Saphira. Where the fuck do you think I got that from? So I've been having a lot of issues with my Aragon reread. It's just not going well. I forgot to update you this morning because I'm not used to vlogging yet. Everything looks bad because I don't have lighting, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. It's currently Tuesday. It's 1 in the morning because this is around when I get off work. That's for another vlog. Don't worry about that. Updates for this reading week. I did end up reading the 14th volume of Fairy Tale last night. Already turned it back into the library. I don't know if I'm gonna do a lot of spoilers in this vlog. Maybe. Either way, I think Fairy Tale for me is just a silly, goofy time. And I have to appreciate it for that because it's not holding my heart like One Piece. Nothing will ever hold my heart like One Piece. But I appreciate it for what it is. And I gave it the volume I read of like 3, which is like the average rating I give Fairy Tale. Like, it's just silly, it's goofy, it gets me in the mood to like read, and it only takes me like 20 minutes per volume. They're very action heavy, and action isn't my favorite in a manga, but that's okay. Also, while I was getting ready for work, I did end up finishing A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, and oh my god, this felt like a hug. It felt like a hug. Mona, I could go on and on and on about Mona, and I think I did in like a previous clip, but she is just my girl. She's my baby. I would die for Mona, and that's not even being dramatic. She just genuinely means everything to me. And this book, I think, may end up in my top 5 of the year. I don't know yet because I have a lot of 5s this year. I've been blessed. I'm not going to include One Piece in my top of the year just because I've given basically every volume I've read a 5, and that defeats the purpose. But either way, this book, I'd like read it for Bob alone. Like a fucking carnivorous sourdough starter. It's good. Like, I needed this. I needed this. Also at work, after I finished a book for another vlog, which I don't know when that's going up because I don't know how long it's gonna take me to read the next 5 books for that vlog. So I did start Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. I don't remember shit about this book. Like, I remember some of the major things, but like, I did not remember a baby being born. Also, put down the pen. Like, why is it so big? It's bigger than my fucking head. Put down the pen, dude. Like, Araya and Aragon have one of the most frustrating relationships in all of media because this woman just wants to be left the fuck alone and he's like, nah. And you can tell this was written by like a 19-year-old boy. You can tell. However, was this my bread and fucking butter in like the 3rd grade? Yes. Am I probably gonna rate it a 3 now? Yeah. Do I still love it and will I still go to bat for this series? Yes. My name is literally Saphira. Like, this did take me like an hour-ish to get through because, you know, these read really dry. So I have to read this while listening to the audiobook because I'm not like a middle schooler anymore. I can't just devote all of my attention to this. My ADHD is so much fucking worse compared, like, especially with like the internet and how our attention spans have been shrinking because of it and how COVID just ruined everyone's attention span. I can't just focus on this anymore. And I think it is due to the writing style being just so incredibly dry. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep listening to it. I listen to my audiobooks at like 3 times speed, and this is like a 30-hour audiobook, so like 10-ish hours. I'm hoping I can get this done soon-ish, like within like the next couple days, before my weekend would be ideal. Look at the baby cat. He only lets me hold him if I hold him like a baby. And even then, he doesn't really want to be held. Do you, Frodo?
Tell our story. Scrapney's part of the glory. Rolling fast, always chasing. Freedom's call, no replacing. At the skate park where we belong. Fast we'll sing a freedom song. Under stars and streetlights glow. This is home we'll never outgrow. Ducking souls on worn out shoes. Broken boards, we paid our dues. Graffiti walls, they know our name. In this world, we're all the same.
Okay, hi. I'm back from work. Is there any B-roll to be found? No. Is that because I'm a very bad vlogger? Yes, we're just getting started. We're just learning, so it's fine, and it doesn't really matter, and I should stop being anxious, but this is who I am. Okay, I have reading updates, so. Oh, hi, sweet boy. You like the camera? Hi. So, this morning before I left for work, I read the 3rd volume of Spy X Family, which I'm really enjoying. Like, this is just a fun little romp, and it's giving me a lot of just like happy vibes. And when they almost kiss, girl, it's for real. I read Spy X Family. It was so cute and fluffy and just perfect. I did give it a 4 just because, like, you know, it wasn't end all be all for me, but it was just so fucking cute. Oh, also, Inheritance, duh. Inheritance. I have managed to make a pretty big fucking dent in it. This is what being mentally ill and working in a library will do to you, because I've just been listening to the audiobook of this most of the day. I got up to page 569. This is a lot more brutal than I remember it being. Mrs. Davidson, you may have had a point. I don't think I should have been reading this in the 3rd grade, because why is there a bug going in this woman's skin? Why are we reading about such vivid torture against women specifically? And oh, the way that women have been talked about in here has been aching me out. Murtagh, though, he's my ride or die. Like, when I was a kid, Aragon was my ride or die. I was in love with Aragon, but now as an adult, Murtagh, I'm coming for you. I have a lot of feelings on this, and yet I still don't know what my feelings are on this. Like, it obviously means a lot to me, and it's meant a lot to me for a very long time. However, this just doesn't feel like I need it to feel anymore. Does that make sense? Like, it reads very, like, dry, very, like, male author fantasy, which it is, and that's fine. It's just not what I typically read. So, I don't think I'm the target audience for this anymore, just because my reading taste has, like, grown and evolved so much. But at the same time, I don't think I would ever give this up. So, it's... maybe when I'm older, again, I can appreciate this more for what it is. But right now, it's just... it's so dense. So, we're gonna be I'm gonna start Seasonal Fears by Shannon McGuire after I finish Inheritance, which... who knows when that's gonna happen. But I'm excited about this because I really loved Middle Game. Like, I gave Middle Game a 5 and I read it this year. However, I've heard that this one isn't as good, so I'm a little afraid of it. However, I'm just here to have fun and have a goofy, silly time. I think this is the plan. A little volume of One Piece, which I'm so excited about. I'm in Dressrosa and I'm so excited. Sanji looks so good. You're once more in my cabinet. I'm once more making my cat's dinner because I just got home from work and I'm tired. So I have to talk, what about my cat? Because look how cute he is. Hi, did you say hi? That was Sam. I have to talk about Inheritance because I finished it while I was at work today. Why was I sobbing like a baby? Like, there was genuinely no reason for me to just be sobbing in my cubicle and just like, over this book. But here's the thing, I think that beyond just being a series that impacted me a lot growing up as a child, I think looking back and reading it was really beneficial for me over the course of this year, just because, like, I don't know, it felt like a homecoming in a way, and like reassuring myself kind of that Saphira, like just the name itself, is kind of who I am. And like, it's been a very tough year of like questioning like gender and sexuality and who I am really as a person. And I think that seeing these characters grow and change and develop themselves, it really just added a complexity and a narrative that I needed for my own self. I also have a very different reading of Arya's like true name and what that means than most people probably will. Let's get this straight. This entire series, Aragon has been gunning for her. He's so in love with her. And the thing is, she's never reciprocated his feelings in any sort of way, which, considering that Aragon and the Inheritance cycle was written by like a straight white man, you would assume that the hot fae would get with the fucking dragon rider. You would assume that's what's gonna happen. And the fact that it doesn't, and we're left with this questioning of what she feels for him, and this non-understanding really of who she is, really just adds something to the story, I think. And I read her like true name as her fully being a lesbian. Like, maybe I'm just reading too much into it and it's not that deep, but to me it came off as Arya being a lesbian or like being bisexual with a more heavy female attraction, at least to me. I also think that their ending was really well done. Like the way in which Aragon and Saphira just like leave was, it was really beautiful and poignant, and it felt like the natural way of things for the story to like take place. And at the same time, you're left wondering about what's next. And there's this opening for more stories and more like world building, because like they're never coming back to like where they came from. That's what we're told. But there's this whole world. There's this whole dragon rider experience that you cannot see my face. There's this whole like dragon rider experience that we don't know anything about yet. And so I think having this opening for like more stories and more adventures is like a great place for Polony to like leave it off on. So I'm excited to see what comes next in Murtagh, because I have to read that at some point. Do I have it? No. But, oh, I also read the next volume of One Piece, volume 74. I don't even think I updated you on volume 73, but oh my god! I was gagged. I was choked up. I was crying. I want beanbag time. Like, I can't handle this series. I cannot handle One Piece because it hurts. like genuinely hurts me every single time I read anything One Piece related. I love it. I love it. I cherish it. I need it in my life. Oh my god, oh my. Dressrosa is gonna be the arc that kills me, like genuinely. Genuinely, Dressrosa is gonna kill me. Because like, oh my, Oda's storytelling is so phenomenal. And like, I can't get over the way his mind works. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you've been building this up for this long? What is going on in your stinky little brain? Oda, the man that you are, but please let Sanji and Zoro kiss. I'm begging. Okay, I'm gonna try and like film some sort of B-roll or something in the next few days because this is really lacking in B-roll. I haven't even started editing, but I know I need more just to like make myself feel better. But at the same time, I want this to be kind of a passion project, and I don't really want myself to feel like, oh, I have to film. Like, I just want to do this as a way so I can talk about books and I can let myself have this creative outlet until I'm ready to like write, because I was giving myself a year off from like school and everything before I really like get back into the grind mindset. And I don't know, I think this is gonna be good for me so I can stop focusing on other things and I can focus on reading and like how I feel happy and how I find my happiness. I have some updates and I forgot to film yesterday, so we're gonna ignore that. First and most important in my opinion, I read volume 75 of One Piece, and like, he's so pretty. Like, the things I would do for him, like, love of my life. This had me sobbing at work, like straight on sobbing. I was distraught. Like, Law was, oh my god. This panel of Law, oh my god, I was distraught. It had me crying and I was like, oh my god. And then before that, this moment with Zoro, like that had me giggling. Like, Zoro's so silly. Even now, like, people say he lost his silliness, and yeah, he's lost a lot of it, but let's be real here. He's been through so much fucking trauma just within like the first chunk of One Piece. Homie deserves to have a little minty breakdown. Homie deserves to have some trauma. Like, his personality is gonna switch. And this is coming from someone with a personality disorder. So like, I don't really have one. So, yeah, I finished this. It was a 5. One Piece for me ranges between 3 and 5 stars. So like, I'm still gonna love it and love the journey, but I'm either going to love it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that was fun, you know? And another reading update is I started Seasonal Fears by Seanan McGuire, and I'm about halfway through. I don't get why people don't like this. Like, it's made me cry like 3 times already just because of like the writing and how characters are being described and their feelings are being talked about and just how beautiful it is. Like, don't get me wrong, it's also fucking disgusting, and like there's been a lot of like really intense moments and moments where I have to like just put it down for a second, but I don't know, it's just something about it is really working for me, and I guess it didn't work for a lot of people. Maybe I'll see why people were giving it like 2 and 3 stars when I read this portion, but at this point in time, it's giving 5-star energy, which is really what I need at this point in time. I really like the chemistry between Mel and Harry. I love how we've been reintroduced to like alchemy, and there's this whole new side of it, and I like how it's different than the first book, and I think that's what a lot of people didn't like. However, I did go into the series knowing that the books weren't like each other and they weren't direct continuations of like Dodger and Roger's story or Mal and Harry's story. And I think that's helping me enjoy it more, because I'm also really just enjoying the aspects of the seasons themselves, and I really like Jack as a character. Like, she is so fun. I'm also enjoying this idea of Mel's sister that has come up, and her past and her trauma coming kind of back to bite them in the ass. And I'm really just kind of excited to see just how they deal with this. And I think also, like, everyone really, when they are talking about this book, they're like, oh, the competition didn't take place for like most of the book. And I'm kind of alright with that, because like I'm not a big competition fan person. So I think I just like being with these characters and just seeing the mental turmoil that they're going through, and understanding that they're just kids and they're being forced into something that they don't want to be part of, and it's changing them fundamentally, and having to see how they deal with watching the other person change and how they deal with themselves changing. And I don't know, something about it is just hitting in a way I didn't expect, and it's making me feel as though I get it and I understand what the book's doing. And I feel like that for me is what constitutes a 5-star. If it's making me feel this way and if it's hitting me this way, I think it's very easy for me to say that's a 5. This will probably be the last book of the weekly reading vlog, unless I pick something shorter for Sunday. Not Sunday, Saturday. Because I think I can finish this today, especially since I don't have work. But I do have friends coming over later. Maybe they'll be in the vlog. Maybe they won't. Who knows? But I do not plan on getting out of my jammies today. Like, I'm gonna clean the apartment and listen to my audiobook of Seasonal Fears. I have updates about the books I've been reading, and I want cookies. We're gonna make some cookies. I have the pumpkin cream cheese ones from Pillsbury, and we're gonna talk about the book. Okay, I finished Seasonal Fears, and I'm giving it a 5. Do I know that's wrong based on everyone else's opinions? Yes. Do I give 2 solitary fucks? No. Because for me, this book worked. Like, something about it just hit hard, it hit home, it hit all the emotional points I needed it to. I really liked seeing them just questioning what it meant to be not only a season, but what it meant to be human. And this idea of like what humanity has done and what it continues to do. And also, I really liked that Roger and Dodger came back. I wasn't expecting that. I really liked Harry and Mel's just entire relationship. I thought it was extremely well plotted and extremely well done. I could feel every emotion and every feeling that the two had for each other, which I don't normally do a lot, especially in like books like this, where it's so like tightly plotted and tightly paced. I just really liked everything I felt about this book and how it made me just relate to the characters and their struggles and their individuality as well. Like, something about the book just really stuck with me, and it struck home in a way that I don't think anything has in a little bit. So I'm very happy to have read this. So for the purposes of this vlog, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, because my card reader has gone missing, so I had to buy a new one, and that's not gonna be here until Monday. So I can either make this a 2-week-long vlog and it'll be the only one like it on my channel, or I could just post this on like a Wednesday and then post the following weeks on a Sunday. I've also started Shah and the Song of Death, so I'm only a chapter in, so really have no feelings yet. So I'll keep you updated on that as well. Okay, so I've come up with an idea. I'm just gonna release this on Wednesday and do like the most rush editing I've ever done in my life. Sorry for my hair. I just got out of the shower. I normally shower in the morning, but I don't know. It just felt like fuck, here we go. Felt like a nighttime shower kind of time. Also, I bought a new tripod. It's gonna be here on Monday, so I only have to deal with this fucking thing for a few more days. First off, I'm gonna update you about the progress I've made in the 2 books that I was reading this week. So I read Liz Lot and the Witch's Forest, Volume 3. I'm giving it a 3 because I know that there is romance somewhere in the depths of here. I know it, I can feel it. It's just not happening yet. And that's really annoying me, especially because I don't really find myself caring about the characters either, which also sucks because this is by the same person who wrote Fruits Basket, which is one of my favorite mangas of all time. Like, I know the potential is here, but I only have 2 more volumes to read, so I'm very anxious and I'm very scared, and I don't think it's gonna do what I need it to do. That's where I am with that. With Shah and the Song of Death, however, I'm having a great time. I'm nowhere, I'm not in deep, I'm only 30 pages in. I've read the first like 4 chapters, but it's such a fun time. I don't remember the first book because I read it in like 2020, but I'm having a great time with this and I'm really enjoying my time just like being back in this world and like learning about the Pandavas and like a culture that's not my own. Like, that's been fun as fuck. Hopefully I can finish this soon-ish. I think this will be the first book I finish for my next weekly vlog. That one's gonna come out on Sunday. This one's Wednesday because it's a clusterfuck because I didn't realize my card reader was missing. So, okay, so that's it for this week. It's been a good week in the, not mentally, but like reading wise, it's been pretty good. I've had time with friends, which was good. I've had time with cats. I've snuggled with him a lot. I guess stick around if you want. Maybe don't. I don't know. Maybe go subscribe to Gavin Reads It All. He just put out a new Goosebumps vlog and those are so much fun. I'm watching it right now. That's why I thought of this.